What is going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Legion of Raw. What a rush, ladies and gentlemen, with my guy, my PIC partner in crime, my bouncy bro, Vince Russo. How are you tonight?
What is going on, Dr. Chris? All charged up, all revved up with no place to go. What is happening, my friend?
Brother.
What is going on?
Man, another Monday to be blessed to be alive, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing okay.
That's good, man. That's good. Well, without further ado, let's jump into this wonderful, amazing episode of Raw in St. Paul, Minnesota, home of AWA was in Minnesota, is in Minneapolis, right?
I think so, bro. I'm
around
not
there,
sure.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
Minneapolis and St. Paul are twin cities, so
Yeah.
yeah. So it was just close enough AWA country. So the legendary AWA, we get to experience this from AWA, Vince.
Yeah, bro. This first segment with Lashley and MVP Kevin Owens, Rollins, Big E, DeVille, Pierce, bro. 15 minutes. I mean, 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes, if Lashley beats all three, he's in a fatal four-way. Like 15
How predictable
minutes,
was it? How predictable was that?
And I mean, again, bro, we talk about this every week. Just the eating up of time, bro.
Yeah.
15 minutes, bro, just to get to that.
Yeah. Well, 3 hours just to get to the end, which was Lashley being a part of the fatal four-way, which, I mean, again, super predictable. I mean, you really had the type of, I know for me, mentally, I just kind of checked out the rest of the show because I knew it was going to be revolved around Lashley. And the past few weeks has been like that. It's been like, okay, this week and then the next week, Lashley's going to eventually be the fourth person in the match. What's the payoff if he wasn't? He's just going to like either look like an idiot or be the fourth person. And we knew he was going to be the fourth person. It was just
bro. And it's really weird because it's, bro, it's not, Chris, follow me on this. It's not a black thing, but you almost have Lashley and Big E canceling each other out. I mean, these are two very large, charismatic, muscular, African Americans. But the problem for me, bro, is they're not developing their personalities enough to make them unique. Bro, you know what it would be like? It would be like during Austin's era, there was another bald-headed guy who went down wearing jean shorts and a vest. That's almost what it's like because to me, it wouldn't seem this way if they both had really strong characters. But what are their characters? I mean, and it's like, bro, I don't, it was so confusing tonight. Who was a babyface? Who was a heel? Who were they rooting for? Because they were popping for Owens and the Rollins to take out Lashley. Like I was just so confused by this whole thing. And at the end of the night, I asked myself two questions. I asked myself, number one, do I give a crap who's in the match at day one? Like, I could care less if Lashley's in it, if he's not in it, if Biggie, like, I could care less. And number two, and we talk about this every week, Chris, we look at this show for 3 hours. Who got over?
right.
Who got over, bro?
I agree. And I think the problem with this is that Lashley is a heel, so he's coming from behind. Like this whole, like back in the Attitude Era, the suspense for the show was more exciting because it was the babyface kind of coming from behind. It was Austin against all odds.
Well, that's what I'm saying, bro. Lashley's not the heel. If you're stacking the deck against the guy, you're making him the underdog.
Correct.
The underdog, bro, is never the heel.
That's correct. Yeah, yeah, and that's the reason why I wasn't a fan of how they wrote the show, because you have the most dominating person on the entire roster coming from behind as if he's not going to win. Like, he just
Right.
beat the Mysterios like in the handicap match recently. So it's like, you know, if anybody can beat two people or three people in one night, it would be Lashley. And of course, Lashley's going to be in the match because, again, why are they building three weeks worth of stuff just for him not to be in the match? And so, again, it's just predictable as far as the characters thing. I'm just not a fan of what they're doing with Big E. I'm a big E fan. He's still my favorite in the WWE. But at the same time, he just doesn't stand out. And I
Yeah, I
think
mean, you
tonight
said
made it even worse.
I'm not a fan of what they're doing with Big E. I mean, Chris, I would ask you, what are they doing with him?
Nothing.
they're
making him
doing
look
nothing
like
with him, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
exactly. Absolutely.
even at the end, Chris, even at the end, I'm telling you, bro, it's these little nuances that are burying Big E, and they know it. Bro, remember I pointed out, just a week ago, yeah, bro, he went over, but he had to crawl out of the cage.
Right.
He didn't walk out of that cage like a hero. Bro, the last thing you see on this show, bro, freak the diameter of what MVP's cane.
Yeah.
Bro, the diameter is about half an inch.
Yeah.
He caught Big E, and it was like somebody shot Big E. Chris, I got to tell you, in Colorado, we've got a lot of coyotes. Mm-hmm. So I walk with a walking stick, and my walking stick is a piece of wood. It's from a tree, so it's solid, bro. Like, if a coyote ever charged me, bro, he's going to get cracked across the head. But I mean, at least, my God, give him a cane that looks like it would. Bro, that thing was so pencil thick, and Big E shot it like he was shot. He sold it, and I'm like, really, bro?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and they're supposed to have the person sell it with the biggest legs in the entire WWE.
Exactly, Chris. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
How does that not bury the guy?
Exactly. Yep. Well, we got Awesome Sauce with a $5 super chat saying, I remember the Nitro where Goldberg had to beat Hall to beat Hogan the same night to be world champ. It made sense because he was the babyface. Yep, that was in Atlanta, by the way. Speaking of, it was at the Georgia Dome, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That was the time that Goldberg won the championship. It was a hot night. That was 98, I believe. You were still in the dub. WWE,
I didn't go over there till like October 99, around there.
Yeah. SK Nation, verify that for me. I think that was, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm sharp on my trivia, that was July of 98. If I'm not mistaken, July of 98. SK Nation, verify that for me, but I think it was July of 98 in the Georgia Dome. Let's start off with we already started off July. Yep, Awesome Sauce, July 6, 1998. Yeah, very nice. All right. So we talked about the beginning of that promo there. The second segment was the Otis defeating Riddle, right?
Yeah.
And again, predictable.
Well, I mean, see, that's the thing, bro. I didn't think it was predictable with Otis going over Riddle. However, we've seen them beat Riddle a million times, bro. Here's the philosophy with Riddle. Riddle is over. Here's what they're thinking. Riddle is over, so you could beat Riddle to death, and it's not going to matter. And, bro, that will work for a while. But if you beat the guy too much, it's really going to cause damage. I don't think they needed Otis to go over in this match. I think they could have had some kind of a DQ with Otis causing the same amount of damage at the end of the match. I think they beat Riddle, bro, way, way too much, and I know why they're doing it, bro.
I agree. I do think it was predictable because they're setting up the tag match. They need a tag team, and they're setting up a tag match between the two, which was odd because Otis and Gable got beat out of the tournament, but now they're feuding against the champs, and they had to postpone the finals for 2 weeks. So what they're going to do, a triple threat match? Just
I don't
to
know.
throw this really odd, man.
Because
really
everybody got injured in the match. I think one of the Street Profits is hurt.
Yeah,
I don't even remember. And one of the Mysterios is hurt.
Yeah.
Bro, did they mention that on the show?
Nope, it was I got an alert on Twitter. They announced it.
But they never mentioned it on the show, right?
Not that I saw.
Why wouldn't they mention that? Because that was supposed to be the match this week.
Right. Yeah. And it just doesn't make sense that the tag team champions, like you're doing this tournament for the tag team champions. So they should look like very high.
Right.
But they looked lower
right
than before the tournament match. You know, it just like, why would you lower the stock of the champions if someone's vying for the championship? It doesn't.
Bro, again, with those guys being hurt and they couldn't have that match and they had to switch things up, this was written at 2:00 today.
But they should have just had them beat Otis and Gable. Like Otis, like it would have been really easy for Riddle just to cut a promo. He get attacked by Otis in the back. That sets up a tag team match, and then you get momentum for the champions by beating Otis and Gable. It just makes sense. You want to make the champions
unless those guys are going to be out for a while. I don't know.
They said 2 weeks.
That's really not a while.
No, it said they'll have the match again in 2 weeks. So next we had Bianca Belair defeating Dewdrop. It's the 450 splash that she did. And so I mean, this is for the purpose of, I think this to me, I don't see too much in this angle, but I think this was the best part of Raw, just because if the point is to make Bianca Belair look better than she did, at least this is a step in the right direction. I'm not too confident in what they'll do with it, but at least it was a step in the right direction.
But it's also, Chris, it's also butt backwards. Because, bro, and they did the same thing with Liv Morgan and Becky. Bro, this is how this is supposed to work. It worked this way since the beginning of time. Okay, bro? How it worked during the beginning of time is heel gets heat, heel gets heat, heel gets heat, heel gets heat, heel gets heat. We get to the big match. Baby face goes over. Then after baby face goes over, the heel gets that one more rematch.
Yeah, that was stupid. Yeah.
But what they're doing here, it's like, okay, Bianca Belair went over, so now Dewdrop gets heat to keep it going. But at the end of the day, Bianca Belair is going to go over. Liv and Becky, bro, they did the same thing.
Yeah.
Becky went over.
Yeah.
Now the baby face got their heat back, only for Becky to go over again. All they're doing, bro, and we've been talking about this for 2 years now, they're just prolonging these programs, bro.
Yeah, and that part I didn't like. I think if it was just a straight win for Bianca and she moved on, I would have preferred that. Bring her into a feud with Zelina Vega or something, something like that. But the very fact that, you made me forget about the last part of that, and I remembered it now when Dewdrop. They did the camera angle, which I knew it was predictable. I didn't think it was going to be Dewdrop. I knew she was going to be attacked because every time they have that sharp type of side view that you're not seeing anybody behind her, someone's going to get attacked. So that was pretty predictable. So I was like, okay, well, maybe there's a start of a new feud. Someone's going to attack her. But she beat Dewdrop in the ring. She got out of the ring to celebrate, and then Dewdrop attacks her from behind. So I'm like, wait a minute. So Dewdrop went out of the ring, went around Bianca Belair to hit her from the back.
Bro, I swear to God, for a second, I'm like, oh, bro, is the gimmick she's got a twin sister or something? Because I was like, how did that just happen, bro? You know what I mean?
So she was seeing the whole thing. She was looking at the ring. Right. So it's like, she's going out. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. She must be going around. Oh, like
but that's the thing, bro. Everything is just to prolong these. And bro, I tell you this, Chris, all the time. There are ways to prolong them with story.
Yeah.
You could do it
Agreed.
a lot easier with stories, so
Absolutely.
you don't have to figure out what they're doing match-wise every week.
Yeah, yeah. And why am I interested in another Bianca Belair versus Dewdrop match? You just had one last week that was just a no finish, basically a count out. This one, Dewdrop loses two, so she's lost twice in a row. Yes, last week by count out, this week by pin. So if she beats Bianca Belair, that makes Belair look worse because she lost twice to her and then beat her. So again, who's getting over here? So and if Bianca Belair beats Dewdrop for a third time, that doesn't put Bianca Belair over because she's just beating the same person 3 times.
Yeah.
So either way you put this feud, nobody's getting over if they continue to extend it. Because the worst thing you want is for Belair to lose because it makes her look very inferior to someone she beat twice.
Bro, all you got to do, it's something this simple, bro. Which one of the Street Profits got hurt? Was it a husband or the buddy in the back?
I don't even know who. Like they were very just like just kind of conspicuous, like inconspicuous about that, because they're talking about 2 weeks, and I don't know if it's COVID protocols. I don't even know what the injury was. I don't even know who. I just from the announcement.
I read it today because one of them worked on the weekend, and I read it today. But I was gonna say, bro, even like, can you check out which one it was?
Yeah, I'm gonna check.
Because I'm just curious. I think the bigger dude is the one
Montez.
that got hurt. I think Montez got hurt. I think.
Okay. Montez. Well, Dawkins is the one who's the bigger one, but it says Montez did miss the weekend Super Show.
So Montez was all right. Dawkins got hurt.
No, Montez missed. So Dawkins is the bigger one. He works.
Okay, Montez is married to her, right, bro?
Montez is married to Bianca, yes.
Bro, how about doing something this simple? How about we've got the Street Profits in the back and Montez or whatever is on a crutch or something, and we explain why we can have that match tonight. I'll be back in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
What about if while they're cutting the promo, bro, from behind comes Dewdrop and cuts his knee out from under him?
There you go.
Right, bro? All of a sudden, Bianca Belair sees it, runs Dewdrop off. Next thing you know, bro, you got Bianca Belair headed out to the ring. We ain't going to have a fight. We ain't having a match. We're having an old-fashioned street fight. Blah, blah, blah. Bro, you could have got to exactly where you got to without beating anybody. This is not brain science, bro.
Yeah, that easy.
That's all you've got to do. You could have got to the same exact place with Bianca standing tall, getting he, and then the heel does that one thing and leaves her lying. But,
that easy. Yeah.
But you keep booking matches, bro, and that's what's killing you, man.
And that's, again, old school way of doing it. You built toward the match. The match felt good. You don't oversaturate a feud with matches.
Right. That's all they do, bro, with everybody, man.
Yeah. Yep. Next we have Lashley defeating Kevin Owens. This is just one of 3 that was pretty predictable. Kevin Owens protected himself by tapping out before he got in the Hurt Lock.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty much it, man.
Pretty much it. Yeah.
But Vince, another Veer Mahan vignette.
Yes.
You ready?
He's coming, bro. He's coming, baby.
He's coming.
He's coming, man. Yes.
Veer Mahan, ladies and gentlemen. We have to get very pumped up for Veer Mahan because listen, he's coming to Raw and he's coming for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God. This has to be 6 weeks in a row now.
Yeah, it has to be. It seems like it has to be at least 4.
Oh, it's more than that, bro. It's more than that.
Draft was October, right?
Yeah.
And so that was 2 months ago. He got drafted to Raw.
It's at least, I'm telling you, it's at least 5, maybe 6.
Yeah. Yeah, at least yeah. I think they started SK Nation. If you can quickly recall when Veer Mahan started his promos. Because I remember like the first week or two, you didn't even remember. You didn't even know because you
No,
skipped
and
over it.
probably honest with you, I missed it on tonight's show too.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
guess
you're not missing it
there
now.
it is, baby.
You're not missing
Yes.
it now.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to Raw. His name is Veer Mahan.
Yes. Hold on, bro. Wait a minute. Put that graphic back up. Hold on. Put it back up.
I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to Raw. Yes. He's your future. He's my future. He's our future. Veer Mahan.
Yes. All right, Chris. All right. Enough with the shenanigans.
Get pumped for Veer, man. You got to get pumped for Veer Mahan, ladies.
Yes.
Otherwise, hey, we make gimmicks in the gimmickade. This is the best. This is the most over Veer Mahan's going to be.
Yes. We gave him a "you deserve it." This is awesome.
Yes.
And a round of applause.
Yes.
He's never going to get more than that in the next 5 years. Bro.
No, but here's the thing: like the vignette curse, we WWE looking at our stuff because they're like, hold on, they're not going to put them over more than we are because we put the Bounties over and they broke up. We put Bearcat over. Well, at least we made him a thing. And we talked about Cross a lot. He got gone. We talked about Retribution. They broke up. WWE doesn't want us to turn gimmicks into gimmickade, and they're like, I'm gonna kill it. Me in the NWO.
Are Ali and that other dude, are they on SmackDown? Are they on every week?
No. No, I don't even know when was the last time Ali was.
So all that time they put into those guys just for the Saudi show. That was it.
Mansoor was in a backstage segment on SmackDown. I forgot what it was.
What about Garza and Cirillo? Were they on?
Yeah, they're on. They were on an undefeated streak, and then there was no build to it. They were like they're undefeated. They're undefeated tag team, and then they just randomly lost to Nakamura and Rick Boogs, and it was just Nakamura came in, did it. Kinshasa did his finisher. Very lackluster, anticlimactical finish.
Yeah,
undefeated to they lost. Okay, well that's it. Yeah. So last time Mustafa Ali wrestled a match on SmackDown was October the 29th.
Wow.
6 weeks ago.
6 weeks, man.
Yep. So it's been 6 weeks since that's the last time he's wrestled a match, period. 6 weeks ago. He lost to Drew McIntyre in a couple minutes. That's all you got. Last time Mansoor wrestled a match was he was a part of the Battle Royal, the Black Friday Battle Royal on Black Friday.
Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah. So people getting pumped for Veer.
Yes.
We'll see where that goes. Next we get Becky Lynch cutting in-ring promo. Yet another one against Liv Morgan.
Oh, what was she wearing? Does anybody out there? Can anybody explain that to me? Somebody was saying that Pacha, Pacha, means peace in Latin. Like what? Can anybody out there? Does anybody have any insight as to what she was wearing?
I thought Pax means peace in Latin.
I don't know. It was Pacha. What? I don't know what was going on here.
Yeah, Pax means peace in Latin. Let's see. Pacha.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out the whole time what is she wearing? I have no idea.
I don't even know. It's not even coming up.
Does anybody know? Does anybody have a heads up?
I'm trying to look for the for anything in the chat.
Yeah, I did not know what she was doing.
Oh, the surname Pache evolved from the Latin word pax, which means peace.
Yeah, that's what somebody said.
Okay,
but that can't be what
it's a
meant.
surname though. It's a last name. So originally a nickname for a person who was a peaceful nature who sought peace in the figure of Christ.
Well, that's good because she's a heel, so that works.
Yeah.
A peaceful nature. Yeah. I mean, then I don't get it, bro. But here's another thing I don't get. This was another thing, bro. I'm like, bro, wasn't Shayna Baszler doing that arm gimmick to women about a month and a half ago?
Yes.
They couldn't come up with something else. And bro, can you explain this to me? Somehow Liv's arm is caught between the ring post and the steps. But bro, we see them pick up the steps and move the steps 100 times a show. But now when somebody's got their arm caught between, they can't move the steps.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, I just like, my God, bro. Like, we just saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, again,
recycle Raw.
Stretching it out. That's it, you know?
Yeah. But where's the art of the payoff, Vince? What payoff? Like, where's the payoffs nowadays? Like, wrestling was like episodic television. All right, you would have the season finales be the big payoffs. Every time, the payoff is the season finale essentially would be every month or two in wrestling. That would be the payoff. Whatever match that is, that would be the payoff, right? But nowadays, what are we building to if we're seeing 3 to 4 matches before?
That's what I'm saying. That's because they're not telling stories, bro. That's the problem, man. Agreed. So unless, unless Liv goes over at the pay-per-view, if she loses again to Becky, she's dead in the water.
Yeah. What do you think about Liv being champ? Would you be for it?
Bro, do you remember back in the day, Chris? Chris, here was the big test, Chris. If you are a WWE champion, you'd have to picture that person on the talk shows.
Yeah.
Is that person going to be on Regis? Is that person going to be on with Conan? You know what I'm saying, bro? It needs to be superstar stature. That's how you always looked at it.
Yep.
Is Liv Morgan going to be on the talk show circuit? I mean, to me, bro, like, again, bro, here's the bottom line. Somebody is going to suggest they put her over, and then if they do put her over, in 3 weeks, they're going to say she wasn't ready for the spot. Yeah. I mean, she's not ready for the spot, but the problem is, bro, you've put her in a position now where if she doesn't beat her, now what? She's going to cut more vignettes in a bathtub?
Right. Yeah, that's a good point, Vince, as far as just does she meet the media criteria?
Right.
I think, of course, looks-wise, I mean, everybody thinks that she's attractive. And so she passed that, but I think at the same time, I don't think she's being built enough to pass the media credentials. Like, people don't know who she is.
Bro, I swear to God, the whole idea, because it was my idea, the whole idea of putting the title on Sable was for that reason only.
True.
We could get Sable on Stern, and Sable went on Stern. It was for that reason. You can get Sable out there, and she could be the face of the women's side of the WWE. That's why we did it.
Yeah.
Again, bro, that's something that you really, really got to be ready and poised for.
For sure.
And I have nothing against her, but she just doesn't come across as being prepared for that.
What do you think what do you think WWE needs to do for her character to make her pass the media credential test?
Well, bro, first they have to, first thing they got to do, bro, is she to me, she lacks the confidence. I see it like in her promos. Like, did you see that one spot when she was in the runway and she got distracted by a fan? Bro, that you can't, that should not be happening. You know what I mean? She doesn't, to me, she doesn't come across as confident and secure, and you really, really, really need that, bro. Like,
I think
like Charlotte can pull that role off. Like, you can put Charlotte on talk shows
for sure,
but you got to be ready for that, bro.
I agree. I think her mic work is very, very underdeveloped. I think she needs a lot of work with her mic work. She doesn't. It's not convincing to me. I mean,
Right.
Like, it feels scripted. Did you ever look at the text I gave you of Aaliyah with the when she was looking at the script on SmackDown? I sent it to you.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it was just like she was just like reading the and I feel like that with like Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan. It feels like that scripted. What happened to the riveting promos that got people in the story with you? Promos are just instruments to get people further sunk in the storyline. But now it just feels like a part of the show. It just feels like part of the segment. It doesn't feel authentic anymore.
And I agree 100%.
And I think Liv is missing that dramatically. And in-ring work is decent. But at the same time, I just think there's just nothing about Liv yet that stands out character-wise.
And bro, you also have to look at where she came from.
Yeah, the
It was one of three. The spotlight was not on her.
True.
Then they put her in that other role where she was going to tell her real story. She was crying at ringside. Then she was in a bathtub. Then next thing we know, we're seeing Gigi last week.
Yeah,
bro, there's no consistency.
And then the Lana angle with
oh
Rusev.
My god, the Lana angle. That's what I'm saying, bro. There's like so many things. That's hard to overcome all that stuff, bro.
That's true. Yeah, all over the place. Next, we have Pearson DeVille making the day one stipulation. The day one stipulation, that was the first. And then Styles cut a promo backstage and then almost comes around.
Yeah.
What's the payoff here, Vince, in your opinion?
Bro, I don't know. All I know is I saw tonight there were 3 times when there was dissension in the ranks on the same show. You had dissension in the ranks here. Then you had dissension in the ranks with Rhea Ripley and Nikki Cross. And then there was one more. Miz and Mrs. Miz.
Yep.
In the same show. Bro, there's got to be one dissension in the ranks. You can't have it 3 times on the same freaking show, bro.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. This person's going to turn here. Oh, wait. She slapped them. Oh, is this person turning here? How can we sink our teeth into 3 different story arcs in one show?
You can't, bro. Bro, this is telling you, I'm telling you what this is telling you crystal clear of. A lot of this is being written the day of. So they're not, matching up what's in seg 1, what's happened here, what's happened. They're all doing their own thing. And then all of a sudden, when you put it all together, you've got dissension in the ranks 3 times on the show.
Yeah, that's true. Well, when you have, a couple dozen writers, you've got different angles coming from everywhere. Oh, wait, I already put a dissension in the rankings segment here. Well, I already have one here. Oh, we can't rewrite it. It's too late. Let's just go to throw it in there. So, and it feels that way too.
It definitely feels that way, bro.
24/7 segment. We started with, what was it? Dana Brooke walking.
Well, before that though, bro, I don't want you to miss this. You had the Finn Balor and the Damian Priest against.
No, that was after.
Oh, okay. So I think they got. I think Balor got introed.
And then they went to. Yeah.
I don't know why they're doing that, bro. That to me, I don't understand either.
I don't either, man. So the 24/7 segment, it was clear that they were jumping off a trampoline behind the snow or whatever mountain that was. I actually heard Dana Brooke bouncing.
Yeah.
So
the bouncy
was bouncing, ladies and
bouncy
gentlemen.
was bouncing. Very nice.
And then so this angle was what? Reginald. So Reggie is showing Dana Brooke the ropes of 24/7.
I could teach a couple things, right? And then R-Truth and the other guy were there, Tajida, whatever his name is.
Oh gosh, she made me. Akira Tozawa.
Tozawa was there,
yeah.
And then
Tamina
was there.
Yeah.
Who just decided to double over for no reason, so Dana Brooke could kick her.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that was Indy 101. Bro, and here's the problem I have with this. Chris, you got to understand, I produced 1 million segments like that. That was tape, bro.
Mm-hmm.
How do you put that on TV? How do you not do that again, bro? That was as lame could get. It's taped. How are you not doing it again, bro?
Yeah. It's taped. They looked at the tape and they said, go ahead and let's put that right there in a 3-hour show.
That's the part that drives me crazy, bro. Because either you don't know what you're doing or you don't care.
Yeah.
There's no other excuse for that, bro.
Yeah, and it seems like option B is what's going on at this point.
Yeah.
The Dirty Dogs defeats Finn Balor and Damian Priest. All this for Austin Theory. What are they doing with Finn Balor? So Austin Theory attacks Finn Balor to gain the acceptance of Vince. So he's cost Finn Balor matches consecutive times or attacked him. But he goes to Vince and said, okay, expect the unexpected, right? And Vince says no. And the segment ends up with him showing a pencil and an eraser.
And bro, let me tell you something, Chris. Seriously, again, I produced thousands of backstage segments across the board. Bro, with all due respect, somebody's got to tell Vince McMahon to speak up. Yeah. I'm sorry, bro. If I am the producer and that segment is my job to produce, bro, you can't understand what he's saying. No. He's mumbling, bro. He's inaudible. You can't even understand them, bro. I don't know. Are they? I swear, I'm like watching this and I'm like, bro, are they playing the demented old man card? Because that's how he's coming across, bro. Like, so I don't know if they're doing this purposely. I don't get this whole thing, bro.
Yeah, he needed to pronounce much better than he did.
Oh my God, you can't hear it, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about, man?
Do that again, Chris. I like that. Do that again. That's what it sounds like, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Somebody's got to say, bro, we don't know what you're saying.
Yeah. It was. And then you heard, shut up.
I don't get this, bro. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old to get it.
I'll do that every week as long as Vince does it every week.
Oh,
on the show.
Oh, Madonna.
Every time he does that to Austin Theory,
yeah.
Next we have the Queen Zelina defeating Rhea Ripley.
Wait, before you go to that, bro.
Call TL, man. Call TL. We haven't had a TL yet. Call TL, Vince. Yeah, here we go. Where's Joey?
Time out, Joey. Time out, Joey.
Chris, this backstage piece with Rhea Ripley and Nikki Cross was atrocious, Chris. This was, bro, they're terrible. They're terrible. And again, Chris, as the producer, you got to say again,
yes.
again, Bro, the more they do it, the better it's going to get. Again. This is not acceptable. Chris, I keep going back to this is supposed to be the best representation of professional wrestling in our country.
Correct.
In the whole United States. This is the showcase. You can't have high school scenes, bro. It's unacceptable.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
And then I'm listening to this and I'm like, bro, no human being on this planet talks like either one of these two are talking. Right. Nobody talks like this, bro.
Yeah. And this Rhea Ripley pep talk to Nikki ASH and then Zelina Vega. So her gimmick now is similar to Booker T circa 2006, where he would like speak like King Booker and then like get real hood, like when he was mad. You know what I mean? It just seems like Vega's doing the same thing with her gimmick. And it's just kind of weird to me. But she's downplaying Nikki ASH, and it really seems like Rhea's going to turn. And why do we need another heel turn? We just had Dewdrop turn. We have Vega and Carmella. What are they building for? Are they building ASH versus Rhea Ripley?
No,
what are we doing?
They can't be, bro. They can't be.
What's the payoff here then? What is?
Bro, let me tell you something. You talk about, bro. First of all, when you look at Rhea Ripley, bro, this woman is a beast, bro. She is huge. She's China-like. She is a beast, bro. She may be. There are a lot of people miscasted on this show. She's got to be at the top of that list. What they are doing with a woman that size who should be a spectacle and attraction, man, bro, they've got her so badly praised. So I don't know now if they're trying to get her back to where she should have been. I don't know. But my gosh, bro, she could really be an attraction, and they're just wasting her, man.
The only thing that I think can come out of this is, from a positive standpoint, is that ASH realizes that, okay, this almost superhero thing is a no-go. I tried it. And she can still stay babyface, but she goes back to the deranged lunatic type of sanity character that she had before. That's the only thing I can think can come out, because that ASH character, that Nikki ASH character, has to go, Vince. It has to go. There's nothing.
Well, bro, I gotta tell you, Chris, I gotta tell you something though, bro. I don't know if you're noticing this or not, but there were a lot of shots tonight with the wrestlers in the runway cutting promos.
The kids.
A lot of kids, bro. Yeah. A lot of kids were lining those runway, which blows my mind again, bro, because this show is 8 to 11. It's 8 to 11, and they're gearing this towards kids, and more kids are showing up. The show goes to 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It's just the whole dynamic is weird, bro.
I think that's probably the reason why initially they gave her the push anyways, because of that type of dynamic. Yeah.
Right. So, a lot of kids, bro. There's a lot of kids there.
Do you think that if she got the Nikki Cross gimmick, the adults, because here's the thing, if you have a pocket of kids, but if she got the Nikki Cross, if she went back to that angle, I think that you can still attract a lot of adults because of the goth, emo, type of dark, type of crowd character, type of community. I think you could still attract enough people to compensate for the kids. I think.
Bro, you know what the problem is? This is what Vince doesn't understand. Okay, bro, she's going to be a superhero for the kids, and she's going to be a Powerpuff Girl. I'm going to fight to the end, and I'm never going to give up on this. Bro, that's not who that superhero character should be in 2021, 22. Maybe in 1970 when Vince was watching. Bro, who's the superhero character? Death. That's a real wacko. What's the superhero character I'm looking for? He has a couple of movies. He's got like a real edge.
I'm sure the chat will know about it. Is
Come
he
on,
a
guys,
Marvel or DC or something like that?
You guys know what I'm doing. He made a couple of movies. Ryan played the gimmick. Death something. Pool.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's who she should have been.
Yeah, okay.
That's the kind of superhero that would have been over in 2021. She should have been a female version of Deadpool. That would have gotten over with the kids. It would have been enough for the adults, but Vince went right to the Powerpuff. I'm going to win, and I'm going to try, and I'm going to go out there and get, and she was dead in the water. Now, you could still turn her into Deadpool.
I agree.
Superhero down on her luck, she starts drinking. Sometimes she forgets to put a mask on. You could mirror that. But I guarantee you, bro, if you said Deadpool to Vince McMahon, he would have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Deadpool.
Yeah.
Sounds like rum to me, pal.
Except he wouldn't say it like that. How would he say it, bro?
Sounds like rum to me, pal. Next you have Bobby Lashley defeating Seth Rollins. Again, predictable. But before then, he had Kevin Owens pulling the DQ. And then all of a sudden, you had Pearson DeVille being pro Lashley. And like, oh, it's a no DQ. We're going to change it like during the match because we want Lashley to be a part of it.
Bro, can we talk about how this makes zero sense? So these two guys get involved in the match. Okay. The ruling should have been, we're going to restart the match. And if either of you get involved in this match, you're going to be taken out of the first day match. But bro, listen to what they do. They make it a no DQ when the two heels can now legally get involved in the match, bro, because Lashley's still outnumbered. So now they can legally get involved in the match and screw Lashley when all it had to be was, no, if you guys get involved in the match, you're going to be out of the main event. And what they do, bro, they did that to set up the end with the MVP screw, and all you had to do at the end is some kind of distraction where MVP tossed the cane to Lashley. That's all you had to do. But they made something totally ridiculous, no DQ, which now allowed those guys to get involved rather than do it the way they should have did it.
Exactly. Like, oh man. So they had to throw the match. They're restarting the match to now give me permission, to go to jump Lashley.
Right? Yes,
agreed. But for some reason, they thought about, I think we'll jump Lashley when he goes against Big E, though, and which I thought was really weird because it's like Big E was like, "Oh no, I'm not going to try to." Add a fourth. I want a fourth person in my match. I wanted to go from a 33% chance of winning to a 25% chance of winning. That whole thing, and we'll get to it a little bit. That whole thing made absolutely no sense to me. Oh, let me take them away from jumping Bobby Lashley
because Chris, they're writing this stuff on the fly. That's what it's all about. Yep. That's what it's all about, because all of us, bro, we don't know they're writing this at the 10th hour, and we're sitting back saying, wait a minute, 3 people are turning on each other. Wait a minute, you just did that with Shayna Baszler. Wait a minute, they're now allowed to? They're not even realizing this, bro, because they're in such a crunch to get the show out.
For sure.
And we're sitting at home saying, what are you doing?
Yeah. Episodic television gone wrong, ladies and gentlemen. So we get the backstage with the Theory McMahon we talked about.
You give me a little bit more of that, though.
Well, we got the backstage with the
Bro, so wait a minute. What exactly was the end of this with the eraser? What was this at the end?
I don't have a pencil. I wish I had a pencil. I got a bunch of pens. So you got a pencil here. You got this in here. We're not talking about this in right here. We're talking about this in right here. This we're talking about right here. I don't. What? Bro,
I swear to God, I just binge watched Dexter. And the last season, bro. Yeah. He's interviewing the guy, in the room there, and he puts a pencil down on the table, and he's killing the guy with this pencil, right? Yeah. And then he takes that pencil, boom, right in the guy's neck. That's what I thought Vince was going with this. Yeah, bro, he's gonna kill somebody with that pencil. Then I'm like, the eraser.
And it just goes off after that. Like, what is this segment? Is this continuing to next week? Like it'll go back to him. Remember the pencil I told you? You remember this? It wasn't this one. It was this one. You remember that?
Well, that was a number 2 pencil. This was a number 3 pencil. Yeah. Oh my God, bro! Unless they're making him a demented, which I've been calling for that for freaking years.
There you go.
If you've got a dementia riddled Vince McMahon walking around in the back, that's money, bro.
Yeah. And just start mumbling until he says shut up, and he just says shut up like randomly. Just
sending people to go from the go position when he's not supposed to, bro. Like it would be phenomenal, man.
Yeah, and he was mumbling to Apollo Crews before he came in. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. But.
I swear to God, bro, if I was writing that show, I swear to God, I would pay Austin whatever he wanted just to come in and sit at that table and say what every time.
There you go. Yeah,
I would pay a fortune just to see that, bro. What?
This is number 2. This is number 2 pencil. You didn't hear what I said? I said number 2. Shut up.
Bro, too funny, man. Too funny.
Next we get Miss TV with the Miz. It was Maryse and Miz, and then Edge comes out, and then they go back and forth, and then all of a sudden, Maryse. I don't know if you know this, but while they're doing the arguing, Maryse tells him to step back. I don't know if you picked that up. She was like, step back. Yeah, she's like, step back, so she was getting ready for the slap, and she told him to step back while they were like arguing. So yeah, just on the fly stuff, just like crazy. And then the slap, there's a part of me that feels like Maryse is slapping Miz to pretend that she doesn't like her, just to turn on and side with him again.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
Beth Phoenix.
This is going to lead to Beth Phoenix doing the
I think that's where they're going with it too. Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah, because Beth Phoenix, she's leaving, and I think she left NXT or leaving NXT. She announced that she's leaving, so I think she's, I don't think she's going to be like a frequent on air role, but I think she's coming back for the mixed tag. So
yeah.
Basically, it's Cena and Bella all over again, because that's what it was a few years ago at WrestleMania. So
yeah,
where's this go, Vince? Okay, we got a tag match.
You just said if that's WrestleMania,
it seems like
they've got to stretch this from now till then.
Yeah. After Rumble, though, I don't think there's any more pay-per-views until Mania.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is odd, but I think it's usually Fastlane and Elimination Chamber, but I don't think there's any until Mania.
They still got to stretch it out on TV.
Yeah. Oh man, they have trouble stretching out 3 hours of one segment without having, within 1 month's time, you have 4 matches between the same 2 people.
Yeah.
Next, we have Lashley defeating Big E. And again,
bro, before you even get to that, it's just what you said, Chris. The time they ate up before they had that long SmackDown. Bro, I swear to God, if I'm the USA Network, I've got a problem with this.
Mhm.
You want to promote SmackDown on the show for 30 seconds, that's fine.
Yeah.
But why am I doing an advertisement for Fox Television for a good 2.5 minutes? They had this long SmackDown promo. Then they had another. They were just eating time, bro, before they got to that main event.
Sure was. So this is the schedule. Let's see. So that's the schedule. Let me take this.
Wow, so they've got nothing February and March, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
Look at that. There we go. Yep. So first 29. So you have day 1, and then Royal Rumble, and then nothing to Mania.
Wow.
And then couple Sunday pay-per-views, and then after in the summertime, everything Saturday. This is a Khan thing. This is Nick Khan all over it. So Nick
Bro,
Khan
what about the Khan rock tie we just learned about?
Yeah.
That's who buys WWE, bro.
Right
so? There. Oh my God, bro. Yes.
You think Khan sells at The Rock?
Huh? No, I think Khan's part of Rock buying group.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, when I saw that, I was like, holy crap, bro. Where did this come out of?
Yeah.
That they've known each other since childhood. Khan's on the inside. He knows all the finances.
Yep. Yeah.
Bro, if Rock bought the XFL, what's next?
I think that Khan becomes president after Vince. Like I think Khan's like takes over the WWE after.
I mean, he could. I mean, bro, I don't. Have you heard anything on updates on Hunter's health or anything?
No, I haven't heard anything. I know there was some heart issues that he was having. Yeah. So they don't have a. Wait a minute. You see this? SummerSlam on July the 30th. It's not even an August pay-per-view anymore.
Wow.
They're having 2 pay-per-views in July. Wow. I wonder why they're doing that. No October pay-per-view and no December pay-per-view.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's Nick Khan, man. He's just changing the game. He's just changing the game. So
yeah.
We'll see. You know, he's current president, and it seems like he's going to be heir apparent to Vince if Vince decides to.
Bro, I would love to see Rock buy that company.
I don't think he will. I think he'll buy the XFL. I think he'll be probably one of the majority shareholders. But I think Khan's going to take it over. I think Khan's going to, because I heard that Mike Chioda was talking about how there was some dissension between Shane and Vince because Shane's still having some issues. Like there was some beef from Shane and Triple H because Vince Sr. didn't want anybody to marry any of the boys to marry the kids. Triple H did that, so that caused some beef between Triple H and Shane.
Yeah.
And so there was still some dissension, for years. And so, Shane's not around anymore. And so it seems like the McMahons, as far as Shane's not going to have, he's not next in line. And then Triple H, I heard there was some dissension between him and Vince because he was running NXT, and then he didn't like how Vince was treating the NXT call-ups.
Yeah.
And then Steph, she's the brand officer. She's not going to take over a company. So Linda's not going to take over a company. She's in politics. So yeah, it seems like the McMahon legacy may end with Vince.
As long as we can still have him in the back mumbling.
There you go.
Yeah, as long as we get that every week. I don't care if he owns it. I don't care if he's got nothing to do with it. Just keep doing those vignettes, bro.
Hey, Nick Khan, are you ready? I'll be in the grill person. I'll be in the grill person.
Bro, that's the thing. Like they don't even know it enough to block it where he's at least facing the camera.
Yeah.
So exactly. We can try to figure out. We're getting half of mumbling,
right?
And nobody knows what this guy said.
But we do know he's holding a pencil.
Yes,
and that's
with an eraser.
With an eraser. Yeah, that's all we know. All right. Well, that is Raw, ladies and gentlemen. It concludes with having a 4-way match that was very predictable. We knew that was going to happen from the very beginning. Now is a 4-way match set up for day one. But I'll tell you what, my A1 from day one, this guy right here, Vince Russo. Let him know about the brand, my man.
Yeah, guys, please check out russosbrand.com. That will send you to all the other platforms I have. I've got patreon.com/Russo TWC and channelattitude.com. But if you go to russosbrand.com, that'll send you everywhere you need to go.
Very nice. Everybody have a good night. And remember, it's gonna be